Hey everybody, welcome to episode 18 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We are had completed a whole bunch of contracts, made a bunch of money. See now that we have over 1 million funds, 843 science available, stuff like that. But we need to get our guy home safe and sound. I managed to get him into an orbit around Minmas after completing his mission. But I need to actually plan sort of a return home burn. He's in this funny sort of equatorial orbit. So really, I don't think I need to plan anything. I think what I need to do is just go prograde right now and get him out of Minmas. And hopefully have enough fuel to fix whatever other issues are going to happen. Okay, that gets us out of Minmas. We'll fast forward to where we leave Minmas. Hang tight, we'll catch you there. Alright, so here we are. We've left Minmas' sphere of influence, and our orbit actually has us coming and making another encounter. I don't want that. I want to bring it in to a nice, safe landing around Kerbal. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the rocket here. Hopefully have enough fuel to bring this periapsis down to re-entry altitude of about 30,000 meters. We might have enough. If we do, once we get that set, have enough. This is tight. Oh, freaking moon. Moon over there too? Sheesh. Crazy. This moon is like completely in our way. Okay, well we'll have to wait till we get to the other side of this moon encounter to do anything. But there you have it. That's actually basically re-entry attitude. Before we get ourselves into re-entry though, I do need to actually have Tanvan. We have a report? Oh yeah. Transmit that back. There's a solar panel in range. We can get a little bit of information from that. Every little bit of science counts. Do we need an EVA here? Good, he was able to hold on. Nope. You can get back on board. Okay, well, one thing we do need to do is actually have an EVA again. Let's put this on free camera because it's freaking out. Okay. Orbital chase. Okay. One thing we need to do is come out here and grab this experiment. Collect the data. Remove the data. So, now that we have that, we'll get back in our capsule. Lights. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward time until we get past the moon here. And then we'll have to fix my orbit to get that re-entry set up. And we're ready to decouple and get ourselves down. So hang tight for that. Okay, we've come past the moon here, and actually our periapsis is looking pretty good. It's at 35,000 meters. That might be a little bit high. That might give us a skip re-entry. I'm going to go ahead and put these rocket motor on just a little bit longer. Get us a nice 30,000 meter, which would give us a really great re-entry attitude. We only have the materials-based study that we captured from the surface of Minmas for the 124 science. Everything else is, we don't need. So this is the only thing we're really interested in bringing back and landing with. Everything else is academic. Have plenty of battery power. So what I'm actually going to do is face orbit this way and decouple the command module for re-entry. And the reason I'm doing this, I like to face north-south kind of thing, is because then that doesn't actually impart any additional delta V, any change in velocity with respect to prograde or retrograde. So, additional prograde and retrograde might actually throw me off for a re-entry target. But we'll just fire this off here and get ourselves collected on the ground. I will fast forward time and catch you guys at re-entry. Okay, here we are. We got ourselves a pretty good looking re-entry on the dark side of the planet. It's looking like we might be landing in the water. We might be landing on land right here. This is pretty far away from the space center, so we're not going to get a lot of money back for this capsule. But that's okay. We were after science, and we got a whole bunch of money from the missions we've completed and the contracts we've completed anyway. So I will catch you guys on touchdown / splashdown, wherever that takes place. Okay, here we are. We've successfully splashed down. Tan Van seems pretty content about the whole thing. We can go ahead and lock some temperature right here for just a little bit more science and recover the vessel. So the only science we had on board was that temperature scan we just did, a materials study from Minmas' slopes for 125 science, and recovery of a vessel that returned from the surface of Minmas. All the other science was transmitted during the mission and during the contracts. We now have 1,036 science, and we got hardly any funds back. Tan Van has advanced to level 2, which means he is going to, as a pilot, he's going to have more ways that he can maneuver the ship, more stuff that he can point the ship at. Let's take a look around the Space Center to see what kind of upgrades we can get. Well, here we go. Research and development is a big one. We have a research science limit right now of 100, and we know that we only have one node underneath that's available. So if I enter, see, we can only pick up this node. Go ahead and research it now, grab all the parts. And we're stuck. We can't research anything else because these are above the current cap. It's 510,000 funds to upgrade that. I think that's worth doing. It's 210,000 funds to upgrade the vehicle assembly building again, which would give us additional parts available. I think that's worth doing. We could upgrade the administration building as well. So I am going to... go ahead and unlock the research and development. Kerbal EVA is going to collect surface samples. Resource transfer available. Oh, this gives us all sorts of new capabilities. We can go back to the moon. We can go back to Minmas. We can get surface samples from both places, do multiple landings on all sorts of crazy things. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. Ka-ching! There's half our money gone. And this one would be not quite half the money again. I think it's definitely worth it, though. And we'll go ahead and upgrade that one. So we've got enough reputation in the Kipper, it looks like, where we might be able to do some additional, another... I don't want to do that. I want more funds for reputation. Now, how much can I commit to this? %60 of reputation gains and yields 8.2 funds for each 1% of reputation. I'm only going to commit at 50% actually. I still want to gain some reputation. We're going to go ahead and kick that strategy off. And that brings us down to however much reputation that is. I'm not sure exactly. No. I don't want reputation for science. I want money for science. Is there anything that does that? Takes reputation, takes funds. That's an interesting strategy. I'm going to go with that one strategy right now. We still have 324,000 funds available. We have an upgraded vehicle assembly bay once again. The next upgrade is 1.3 million. And the upgrade for this one is 3.18 million. Holy smokes. But with our 946 science, we can go ahead and start looking at some additional stuff. All sorts of different batteries and solar panels. Different probe cores. This goes to the probodine, another probe thing that would be useful. And we can get larger crew modules. And the lander can, so we can actually do multi-staged stuff. So be more aerodynamic. I really do like to focus on the aerodynamic because there's some money to be made still around Kerbal flying these things, and we get some pretty sleek cockpit designs. This is just for one node for actuators and hitchhiker storage, space station type of stuff, and docking ports. That'll be pretty important. And of course, the Rockomax mainsail and the Rockomax Jumbo 64 were never even used to the skipper, or the Poodle. So out of these ones, I think I want this one to give us all this stuff. So that's 113,000 funds for that. Max thrust is 2,000. Max thrust is 1,500. Research that. Yeah, let's research it all. So we have some more powerful engines there. Actuators that don't need supersonic flight. Yes, we will get supersonic flight. And all of this stuff costs 129,000 funds. I have enough for all of this too. Wow. I think I'll unlock parts in this area as I need them. So here's more aerodynamic stuff. This gives us some really advanced sort of plane designs though. So we can research this for 300 science and this one for 300 science. And that is all of our science expenditures. In the next episode, we will have to go back to experimenting with space planes for episode 19. I think that'll be really cool. Here we are at 211,000 funds. I don't want to buy all the parts because I'll end up running out of money. And that is going to be it for this episode. It was actually just a recovery, going through the science and buying all the nodes and spending a bunch of money and getting some upgrades and stuff like that. So that's it for this episode. Until next time, keep flying and stay shiny. Goodbye!